Hello, this is the Tradesight Stocks and Futures preview for Thursday, the 30th of October. One day left in October already, hard to believe. And of course, we're heading into the weekend when we get daylight savings time change here in the U.S. Saturday night. All right, let's take a look at what we got for the session. S&P lost all of 2, NDX lost 16. It was a boring morning, typical of a Fed announcement day. If I go to projection mode here on the ES, this is the front month futures contract. You get the sound because we are now 9 bars up. We've got a new startup phase complete. A good area after a big move like this to kind of stall out for a bit. We'll see what happens, of course. Market didn't do much on the news that the Fed was ready to end their quantitative easing 3 program. Forex market moved a lot more than the stock market did. We'll take a look at what that meant in a bit. Here's the NDX. Basically, what's interesting about this, it lost 16 points, but it had an inside day, meaning it traded inside the range of the prior day. Here's the stocks was up less than a point. Nothing there. Biotechs finally gave back something after their run they've been on recently. Down 32, and again, if I go to projection mode, there's a startup phase complete on the biotech index. The VIX was up a little bit, closed 15.15. Crude oil up a little bit, 81.95. It was a little higher early, it gapped up. Gold, on the other hand, heading lower. And NASDAQ volume closed at 2 billion shares, so back up. Whatever that was Monday at only 1.4, it was kind of shocking, but I didn't think that was going to hold. So volume's back, and so now let's talk about, well, let's look real quick at what happened during the day with the Fed announcement. Here's 5-minute bars on the ES. You can see it pretty much opened flat, drifted back and forth. We tried to push higher, came back. First hour was very uneventful. One more little push down, and then we're into lunch. We drifted lower, and then the Fed announcement at 1400 on this chart. The initial move was down, got a little bounce, came back like we were going to maybe break the lows, didn't do it, and rallied back, closed right at the VWAP area after all that. So it's basically just not much of a move from coming off that Fed announcement. What do we have for tomorrow? Well, this is some big stuff. First of all, we have the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims data. But the big one is the first look. This is a quarterly look at third quarter's gross domestic product here in the U.S. This is called the advanced number. This is the one that matters most. Next month, you get an adjustment to this number. The month after it, in December, you'll get another final look, the final adjustment as more data comes in. But this really gives us an idea of the strength of the economy. It's a big, big, big number heading into the election next week. Not that it'll probably have a lot of impact, but it is the last time we're going to get this number prior to the election, or really any big number prior to the election. Just so you know, in advance, Friday is Halloween, obviously. So a lot of people, it is a Friday and it is Halloween. People will be leaving early, I'm sure. Got personal income and spending, PCE prices, employment cost index, Chicago PMI, and Michigan sentiment all in the morning of Halloween. And then, like I said, the time change over the weekend. Next week's pretty active in terms of data that's due out. So we should have, again, I'm hoping Thursday is a good trading day. That GDP number can really get us going. Hopefully it's not just a big gap, and especially not a gap and go. We don't love trading those. But that GDP number is a big one and could get some energy into the market now that we're past this Fed announcement. And then again, like I said, Friday maybe in the morning, but probably not in the afternoon. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. We will be in the lab calling it as usual. If you've not taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We can help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading session.